Guys, welcome back to day, I think it might be 11 of Vlogmas. So I'm here with Cleo. We just got back from Tesco's. We had to go and collect a few bits. I'm hoping that I don't need anything for this cake today because I didn't even think to check, but I can always pop out. You know when like the Tesco's order ends and I couldn't add anything more on, and I was like, okay, well, that's that. So fingers crossed. But I had to get a load of new stuff for this PTing because I had most of it, but there was just a few items like my snacks and stuff that I have, which I didn't have. So it means for next week I'll need them because then your snacks change throughout the week, or like each week they change. But yeah, so we're gonna go and open our calendars and then we need to start on this cake. It's not being collected until tomorrow, so we've got all day to make it, so we have plenty of time, and I'm pretty sure it's a pretty simple one if I remember rightly, one I've done 1,000 times, so I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, we're gonna get started. My breakfast this morning is a 0% Greek fat yogurt, banana, dark chocolate, and then I have a chocolate smooth, my protein shake, which I actually love. It's a new one that I got because my last one actually went off because I hadn't actually had it in that long, so I had to throw it away. But yeah, I got a new one and it is so nice. Like when it says chocolate smooth, it is actually really smooth, and usually I find they have a bit of bits in. Whenever I've had the vegan ones, they don't blend very well, but this one actually does, so I'm actually really enjoying it. But I'm going to eat this and then we're going to do our calendars. Right, so we're just going to open our calendars. Cleo is literally down there, so I'm going to save hers. So, it is day 11. And we have a little teddy bear. And then I'm actually not able to have these for the moment because there's a new diet that I'm on. I can't have things like hot chocolate, I don't think, because of the calories. So what I'm going to do is save them all up and then I will get through them all once I'm not on this diet. We have the original flavour again. I don't know what this is. I'm assuming it's just like a normal hot chocolate. So we're going to save that, and then I'm probably going to have about 10 to get through, or I might just have them on my cheat days, which is Saturdays. So yeah, we will see. Saturday or Sunday is a cheat day, so I will probably have to have my hot chocolates then. So we're just going to open Cleo's. She has the little chicken strips. Go on in. Oh, my legs are hurting so much. So tilt you down a little bit so you can see her. She's just here. So she's gonna have her chicken strips, and then I am gonna get ready, put some makeup on so that I look more presentable. We're doing a live later to decorate the cake. So yeah, that is the plan for today. Just eating my lunch, which is all portioned out, and then we are going to crumb coat the cake. So it's all baked, it's just cooling, and I shoved it in the fridge because I always do that for about half an hour before I crumb coat it, just because I find the crumbs don't fall off it as much. So we need to crumb coat it. It's currently 2:20, so I'm going to eat this in the next like 10 minutes, and then I need to pop to the shop, get some butter because I forgot to add that on my order, and then we're going to make the buttercream, crumb coat the cake, hopefully by like 3ish, then it can sit there for 2 hours, and then we need to do the stripe coat, and then we will be doing the final coat and doing the live. The live is probably going to be a late one, or it will be before I go to the gym. One or the other. I need to work out timings because it needs to stay in the fridge for a reasonable amount of time. So yeah, I need to sit and work that out before I know when all the lives and stuff is going to be, but I need to announce that on my Instagram so that all the members know when to come on. But yeah, so I'm just going to eat my lunch now. Right guys, I need to update you because a lot's happened. I'm just in bed with Cleo. So we had a massive disaster tonight, which is why I decided to film the decorating of the cake. So you probably would have seen me talking about earlier in the vlog that I wasn't going to because it was going to be on a live. So basically, bearing in mind this has never ever happened, and I've probably, like, I don't know how many cakes I've made, but it's over 100. It's never happened. Think about all the layers of cake that I've baked. And basically, a bit of parchment paper that you line the tins with, that was still on one of the cake layers. Didn't know which one. All I knew was that when I went to tidy up while the cake was sat refrigerating, in between putting the drip on and doing the stripes, I was like, there's only 3 parchment papers, and I was on live at the time, and I just got so nervous. And like, you guys, fellow bakers with businesses and stuff, will know the stress where you don't know if something is there or not. So I didn't know whether I'd just thrown away the other bit of parchment paper, or whether it was in the cake, or I'd misplaced it. Like, I was literally about to cry. I was like, bearing in mind the cake was final coated. It had the stripes on the outside. It was perfect. Oh, I'm getting emotional. It was so stressful. And I was on live, and I was just stood there, and it just hit me like a brick wall. I was like, I'm really sorry. I need to end this live because I'm literally about to have a panic attack. And I had to cut the icing off the outside of the cake because it had been in the fridge all day, because I did the crumb coat at like 2 p.m. and then I did the final coat at 6, and then I went on live at like 8 to do the stripes of the final coat, because you have to use the comb to create the grooves. So it had to be refrigerated in between. So I'd pretty much done the final coat by the time I was actually decorating it. So yeah, it'd been in the fridge for 8 hours. So as you can assume, the buttercream was rock hard. Obviously it comes back to room temperature, but it was rock hard because it had been in the fridge all day. So I had to cut it off with a sharp knife, which was stressful. I couldn't just scrape it off. And then I had to work out which layer out of 4 layers had the parchment paper on it. So someone on the live told me to stick a skewer through. I figured out that it was halfway, so I was like, well, I can't leave that. Whereas they were saying, obviously, if it's at the bottom, when you cut a cake slice, you just take it off the bottom. It wouldn't be a problem, but obviously it was halfway. So it was in between a filling and another cake layer. So I obviously couldn't leave that in there. So I had to cut the cake in half, height-wise, in between the layers. So I had to work out where these layers were. So I was kind of like stood there, and I was pushing a knife into the side of the cake until it went like a bit further in, and I was like, okay, that's where the filling is, because otherwise it wouldn't do that. The knife isn't that sharp that it can just like cut through cake that quickly. So I was like, oh, that must be where the buttercream is. So then I cut it in half. My phone just cut out, but we've sorted it now. So as I was saying, I had to split it into a top and a bottom. So imagine the cake cut in half height-wise, which was, my anxiety went through the roof. So it was on 2 different cake boards, top and a bottom. So I got the parchment paper out of there. I was like, thank God that I actually worked that out, because I was like, imagine if they'd cut through and that was there. And then I had to redo the filling in between that layer and the top layer. Please excuse, I cut my finger earlier when I was cutting vegetables, so I've got this annoying plaster on there because it's right on the tip. Anyway, so I redid the filling in between, put the top back on it, then I sat it in the fridge for a little while. Then I did a crumb coat again. I couldn't get all the buttercream off because it had been refrigerated so long. So the crumb coat was kind of semi on there. I just had to fill in a few gaps. And then I did the stripe coat again. It actually came out even better. So I feel like maybe it was a sign. I don't know, the universe was trying to tell me something, that my stripes weren't as good the first time as they were the second time. I don't know. And now it looks absolutely perfect. Like, I'm really pleased with it. So I'll put a photo here for you to have a little glance at. But yeah, so I was literally, I was doing the drip at 9:30 It is now 12:15. I've just got into bed. I probably finished about 11:30, but I had to do loads of tidying because I thought, you know what, I'm already in an annoying mood after that happened, because it's such an annoying thing to happen that I was like, I don't want to have to do all the washing up in the morning, so I thought I'll get it done tonight and then I won't have to do it in the morning. But yeah, so it's all fine now. So we managed to sort it all out in the end, but it was a massive stress. And it's funny because there's times where I'm decorating cakes until like 1, 2 a.m, which I am perfectly fine with. If I'm like extra busy or I've been doing something during the day and then I can't do the cakes during the day. But I was going to be so organised tonight, and it was as if this always seems to happen to me. Like, when I'm meant to be really organised and I'm going to like finish something early, it's as if that's the time where I miss something, and like obviously I missed taking off that parchment paper, and it was I only realised because I was like, I'm sure I did that. And then I only realised because I was filming this vlog and I filmed the stacking process of the cake, and I was like, I didn't take it off that layer. And that always seems to happen to me. Whenever things are going really well, something has to go wrong. It's the same as like if I'm driving somewhere. Whenever I have an appointment, I always leave if it's further away, like an hour away, say, because like, I used to go to the orthodontist all the time. It would be an hour away, and I would always give myself an hour and a half, which is over. Like, it only takes 45 minutes to get there, but I would be like, I'll say that it's an hour, and then I'll give myself half an hour extra, and I would still be late every single time, just because there would be some kind of road accident, or road closure, or I can't find parking for half an hour, and it's like, I just have the worst luck in the world. But yeah, this has never happened before though, like, and it scared me because I was like, this has never happened, why is this happening? And also it's something that's really difficult to fix without completely taking the cake apart, and it had its final coat on it, so I was like, oh no, this is bad. But we managed to fix it, and now I've decided that I'm never using parchment paper on a cake again. I've decided that I am going to buy some spray release, even if it's expensive, and if anyone has any recommendations, let me know down below, because I'm not using parchment paper, because that is one thing that I do not want to ever happen again. Because if it's stuck in the cake, it's like you have to cut up the cake to get it out. You can't leave it in there, especially like if it was just a crumb coat, it would have been so much easier. I could have just cut it in half the same as I did, but I wouldn't have had to scrape all the buttercream off, and that all went to waste because I needed white buttercream to do the stripes, and when I had cut it all off the sides, it was a mix of white and brown, so I had no white left. So then I had to make loads of white again, so it just wasted ingredients, wasted like 2 hours of my time for such a small, literally the smallest error ever. And when I told my parents about it, I was like, you'll never guess what just happened to me. They were just like, oh no, that's bad. Like, even they knew it was bad, and I was like, damn. So we managed to fix it. She's coming to collect it at 10:30 tomorrow. I'm going to go to bed now at 12:30, and I'm probably going to sleep until like 10. And then I've just got to box it up, because I don't want to box it up in the fridge because I don't have that much fridge space. So I have put it in the fridge, and then all the box and everything is all like laid out ready. So I'm going to do that in the morning. So very, very stressful, but it's all sorted now. So I just wanted to explain it. I mean, I wanted to have a rant, obviously, but I also wanted to explain it so that you guys knew why there was no live. It wasn't obviously intentional, it was a panic. I actually deleted the 15 minutes of live that I did upload, just because there was like 5 minutes of it where I was just stood there like, what am I gonna do? And I was just stood there, and I didn't tell anyone straight away in the live. Like, I was decorating the cake and I was like scraping it, and I was like, oh, I've only seen 3 bits of parchment paper, where's the 4th one? And then I was like, I'm just gonna go and check the bin. And then I run and go and check the bin, and I'm like, it's not in the bin. And then I was just panicking, and then I was on the live and I was like, there's something wrong. And I just like went off and I was like, I'm really sorry, I need to go, before I like cry my eyes out. So it was quite funny, but yeah, we sorted it. Crisis averted. So I'm going to go to bed now because I'm so drained. And then tomorrow I don't have to do anything cake related, and I'm really excited about it. As bad as that sounds, because I need a break tomorrow. After that stressed me right out, especially because it happened at 9:30 at night and she's collecting it in the morning. So I'm like, it needs to be done tonight. If I have to re-crumb coat it, leave it overnight and decorate it in the morning, I can't do that. Like, yeah, because I don't want to be getting up at 7 and finishing it, and then, yeah, I don't want that. It's a Sunday. I'm glad we sorted it, and that is my rant over. So if you're still here, thank you for listening to my vent. But yeah, so I'm gonna love you and leave you now, because I feel like I've said enough. But yeah, I will never be using parchment paper on my cakes again, because I do not need the stress of that. So yeah, I'm going to go to bed now. I don't know why, but Cleo has been sleeping like this recently. So I can't properly lay down because she's just on my lap all night. I don't know why. I think it's because it's cold and she's in her Santa jumper. But yeah, it's really weird. Like, I don't know if anyone else's dogs do that, if anyone else has dogs, but yeah, I don't know if it's because it's cold outside and it's raining and it's winter now, but the past like week or so she's been sleeping on my lap, which is just a massive pain. But yeah, anyway, like I said, rant over. Tomorrow is going to be a positive day because I have no cakes to make. So yeah, I will see you in the next vlog. Night.